Good afternoon, everybody. How you all doing? Good evening, morning, you know the drill. Good day to everybody. How you all doing? Here we are, back to ETS 2. As I take a sip of my coffee. Alright, so in ATS last week, which is still on the lead, we left off with $22,265, but we've got an extra truck. And we do here, but we did figure out that we've been doing paint jobs with these, and we haven't with the other ones, which I decided that we should actually do the paint job, which costs us an extra $22,000. I haven't done on any of the ATS trucks, so it might bring ETS back, but I realised afterwards we actually spent the same amount of money on the trucks. We just didn't put the paint job in, but the 150 was included. Paint job was included with the 150,000 we spent on the trucks in ETS, and the 200,000, and the paint jobs obviously weren't added on to the ATS ones, but we also spent the 150 to 200,000. So I've also got to figure out how much our trucks cost us for our workers. I've got to keep that roughly around the same as well, don't I? So if we go into truck manager, have a look here. So the exact same amount. So 150,000 is what we spend on trucks as well for our workers, because these are all the same. And one of them, probably this one, is my old one. And the other thing we've got to do is look for a special transport job as well, which we're going to do at the beginning. We're going to do one at the beginning of each one. Now we've got onto trucks with a bit more pull, a bit more power, and then we'll go from there. And last week we started off with the world of trucks, so even though I do a special transport job, I'll then go into a freight market job if I can. So should we find one? I think we should. If there is one around. That's the only thing. No, we don't. Not where we are. Alright, we'll try and find one best we can. Maybe you don't have to do it at the beginning of the stream. We can do it when we get to a place that has a special transport job there for us that we can take. G'day Causey, how are you, buddy? How are things? How's your week been? You been all good? You feeling better? I hope so. Yes, I know, but I just realised there's no special transport here. So we'll find a job to somewhere, and from there we will see if there's a special transport job. Aussie, hey buddy. Yeah, I'm doing pretty well, thank you, Aussie, except for the slight problems with the PC, which is causing a bit of stress. Something wrong with either the motherboard or the CPU, which means if I got to send it away, I don't know which one it is, I could be without a PC for up to a month, which is not good. Not good at all. We'll see how we go. I'm still thinking about that. Still thinking. Other news, ProMobs is updated. It hasn't been updated for Canada as of yet. Hopefully by tomorrow it will be. But yeah. We've got ProMobs back for this one and some Jazzy Cat updates. In fact, I updated all of the Jazzy Cat mods. Yeah, it's something wrong with it because it's a brand new motherboard, brand new CPU, and there's definitely something not right with it. That's for sure. My other option is since it's still going, which is going to be a rather expensive option where I'm going to have to beg and plead for money. Not from you guys, obviously, from a finance place. And upgrade to the new Gen 12 when there's enough options of motherboards and that coming out and whatnot. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, well, I've always been a big Asus fan, always use Asus, and this is the first time I've had any issues with it, so it's bound to happen at some stage. Well, then again, it could be the CPU as well, and it could be actually how it was installed, which would be a pain because then I won't have a warranty. Alright, let's see what we've got here. We've got DHLs. We don't have any transformer, is it? Transformer or something like that? No bumblebees or Optimus Prime. Transfeezer. So we've got DHL to start off with. So what we got here is a trip to Serbia for 16 grand. One in the same place. Some Xbox accessories. We could actually accidentally say that the brakes didn't work and end up in the sea. PlayStation fan here. And smoked eel to also Serbia. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 options. You know the drill. If you don't know the drill and you're new here, it's simple. You let me know which one you want me to take by putting in a number. So that's number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, and I give you 30 seconds starting now. Yeah, they are pretty good. You know, you always use the Republic of Gamers ones too, so that's what I've got. I got a Z590, I think it is, Asus Republic of Gamers Strix board, the F Gaming, and I got the i7 11th gen. I did want to hold off and get the 12th generation because it was due to come out this month, and then I was talked out of it by Ducks Early, and that's last night I listened to them. Mind you, at the moment, the place I buy my gear off normally only has one available at the moment, which is the exact same CPU as my next one up, the KF model. Next one up, but I'd rather go with one that has integrated graphics. This CPU doesn't. And motherboards, there are some Asus motherboards for it, but I want more options. There's not really that much at the moment, and also a bit of DDR5 would go amiss as well, but I'm not going to be too picky about it. And that's, well, I can't afford to be too picky. So we're taking the Xbox stuff. Smoke deal. It's a big one here.
Time to hit the road.
Oh, it's 8 o'clock at night. I didn't realise. Right, we'll go pick this up and then find a place to have a sleep and sleep through the night. Maybe some lights would help. I don't know. What do you reckon? Yeah, I've never tried smoked deal myself.
Turn left. Get ready to turn right. Turn right and then turn left.
Right, we're on our way. Whoop. I was looking at chat. Great start. My phone likes its 15 seconds of fame. It's got to get a word in every time I stream, doesn't it? Oh good, there's some parking up here. How's my fuel situation? That's good. My speeding, however, isn't. I've taken off my more realistic find because I don't have it for ATS. I could probably even it out considering the fact that you get insurance
Turn left.
in ATS. Didn't think of that until now.
Get ready to turn right. Turn right. We are finished.
Finish him. Well, hopefully we go past that gas station. It would be really nice if we do. Right, so that's our chosen one. And let's take the job.
Job done.
So, what's going to go wrong today? Either with driving and crashing or just the PC shut down. Do I get another blue screen today? Who knows? Yesterday I had my game crash in the middle of the stream. I think actually that's happened before with that game, to be honest. But I wasn't in the best of moods with everything that was going on and the potential of not having a PC for a while, and yeah. So it didn't help my mood. Probably shouldn't have streamed yesterday, but hey, I had nothing else to do. Actually, it wasn't that bad. I do know it was playing on my mind. It's pretty disappointing when you spend money like that, and yeah. I mean, especially when there's the potential of the fact that the issue was caused by you and you're not covered by warranty. So the best option is I'll be without a PC for a month, unless that is the case, then
Ready to turn left.
it'll most likely be longer.
Turn left.
Well, wait and see, eh? See what happens. Oh, okay, that's right. We don't have a EBS in here. Maybe I should buy one of those things when we get a bit of cash. I wonder how much they are. Hopefully they're not too expensive. Where's the parking?
Never
Apparently
mind.
it's just
I'll find a new route.
to the right of me. Does that seem right? I've lost money already, straight off the bat. All I saw was minus a grand there. Yeah, was that due to a delivery or because I couldn't find a job? That's the only thing I didn't see. Oh, that's alright then. As long as we're not having the same problem as last week. Oh nice, here it is. Right. Let's turn the engine off. Let's get some sleep. Let me have my coffee while we're snoozing away. There we go. We got some income. 3 grand. And we've got a day's driving. Obviously, this is obviously. Oh, I like saying that. Some of you have probably forgotten. Some of you have never been to the stream before. Would never clue what I'm about to say. So it's not that obvious for most of us, but for some, yep. As for the winter mod, we're back to spring next week. This is the last one with the winter. I've taken the heavy winter one off, and we're just left with the frosty.
Finding a new route.
You don't need to do that. We're going. Oh, I see. I've come out the wrong way. Actually, I knew I came out the wrong way. Saw the sign. I just ignored it. Oh, okay. Let's go. Ooh, that was close. So yeah, I've like I said, ProMods was updated for version 1.42, so I've popped that on, as well as, well, both of them actually, the normal ProMods and the add-on for Middle East. Updated some Jazzy Cats, well, all the Jazzy Cats for your truck tomorrow. I'll go and check out all the ATS ones. There was an update for Canada Dream for 1.42 and Coast to Coast as well this week for ATS. But they haven't done, like I said earlier, they haven't done the ProMods one yet for Canada. And I'm just hoping that'll happen rather soon. It will actually be really nice if it's ready before tomorrow and I can download it.
Get ready to turn right.
What do you mean? I'm on the same road according to the GPS.
Turn right.
No, I see what you mean. Gotcha now. So, yeah, and I was contemplating, even though I said I wouldn't do it because we've got the Russian DLC coming out at some stage, which I haven't checked to see if the status has changed yet on Steam. From TBA to coming soon, or even a date possibly. But I did think about putting Rush Map back on.
Get ready to turn.
But when I had a look the current Rush Map, whether or not it works with this, because you probably know if it does, with this version of ETS,
Turn left.
but it did say for version 1.14. But generally, by experience with using Rush Map, it's normally ProMods that needs an update. Rush Map generally is okay.
Turn left.
Still to be announced. Picking my nose out quite a bit here, aren't I? Well, then. I suppose the good news about that is, oh yeah, I'll sneak in. That's how we do it here, in this situation. We would go right into the middle. Probably everyone does it, right? Oh, it was in wrong gear. And then you get up to speed a little bit and slide on into the gap like that. Bringing a bit of realism to the simulator. So yeah, yeah, I don't know what's wrong, whether it's some other with the CPU. It's I don't know. It's just this isn't performing how it should, as far as I'm concerned. It seems a bit slower than my old motherboard and CPU, when it shouldn't be. The internet seems a little slower. It looks like I've lost about 100 megabytes in download. I was a bit worried because the uploads to YouTube's were definitely going up a bit longer, but I just happened to be installing something onto this very same drive that I was uploading from. So it sort of sped up after that finished.
At the roundabout, take the second.
But I grabbed a couple of tools, PC tools, that were suggested by Microsoft or Intel. I can't remember which one. One to check your motherboard out. Well, one that checked everything out, including the CPU and everything like that. It seemed to run fine, but once the CPU started to do anything with sort of multi-threading or prime numbers or compression, or decompiling or compiling, I can't remember which one it was, the temperature just went up. So I downloaded a tool from Intel themselves, which just checked
Keep left and then turn left.
the CPU, and when it got to doing prime numbers and multi-threading, the temperature went up to
Turn
the
left.
last I saw it, and I'm pretty sure it sort of froze for a bit. It was 88 degrees Celsius, which is, for those in Fahrenheit, is quite a lot. Even in Fahrenheit, it's quite hot. So, and then after that I got a blue screen, so whether or not that did some damage as well. So it doesn't do that often, those calculations, so for most of the time the temperatures are fine. It sort of hangs around the 50 when it's really getting a lot of work done. Oh, turn right. Why did I think it was less? Left. Less left. Maybe I should pay attention and stop talking. Wait for the bang. Yeah, they're right.
At the roundabout, take the second exit.
Yeah. Rush mob, rush map, yeah, rush mob.
Exit now.
Russian banditti. It's a good map though. It's a good, yeah, definitely a good map. I've always liked driving there. A lot of open spaces, a lot of high speed limits too. And on a few occasions there's some, yeah, I know, but you need to, thank you, I need to know where to go. On a few occasions you get some really rough roads as well, like off the beaten track type deal, which would be really, really cool. Obviously they can't do it. There's a lot of places, sort of like in Canada and stuff. Is this the actual way? No? It says it is, isn't it? Oh, there we go. A lot of places in Russia, like, you can't get there until it's winter. And it'd be really neat if they could implement that into the game. Deliveries turn up when there's winter time, but of course that will require seasons and stuff type deal happening in the game. And I don't know if they got plans to do that. I hope they do. Having different weather systems and stuff like that would be really, really good. Yeah, I've got to press the button, don't I? It's not automatic. So what I might do at the end of this journey, to wherever we end up, is I'll look for a garage, mechanics, and I'll see how much it is to pop in the screen I've got that comes with the SISL plaque, whatever it is, with the same pack that brought me the dog that you can't see. And you can get little PDA things up on the screen, so you can get one for the map, or you can get one that has your information coming that you've got on your there, that stuff there in your dash. There we go. I'm struggling to talk today, aren't I? The thing is, I got a good sleep, I thought. Probably 7 in the morning. It'd be nice to have seen this a bit of light. Have we been here? I can't tell because I've got the green line all over the road, so I can't tell if we've been here or not. Not yet. Okay. Yeah, it would be nice to have it a bit of daylight happening.
Recomputing.
Oh, okay. On the fly X-ray. I like that. Drive through.
Keep right, and then turn right. Turn right.
Oh, does it? Well, that's what we'll do. We'll get there. That's the other thing we'll do. Obviously, I'll have a look, see how much it is. As long as it's not too expensive. I'll get the what's me call on it. I've missed somewhere, haven't I? I've got to go over the far right there. Without fail. I could have just gone there. Oh well. I'm blaming GPS. What do I have to pay for? Pay for entry. Oh, there's a bit of a scam in it. If you want to come into our country, give us money. Sort of like yesterday's Transocean, where I had a contract to deliver some materials. I had to pick them up at different places and deliver them to one place. And one of the places I hadn't been, so I couldn't go there. And the only way you can get there is by doing a contract that sends you there, which is silly because it's cargo ships, are crying out loud. I know how to get there. I put it in the GPS. As long as it's accessible through the water, which it is because it's a port, I should be able to get there. So I couldn't do the contract and lost out. But then again, it was the investor my investor that gave me the startup capital. That was the one that got the contract, and scumbag Lydia, so I'd like to call her, as she's known.
Exit left.
And I think she was full aware. In fact, I think she rang up every port and told them that we had an issue and couldn't get into Santos, it was. And don't bother giving us contracts though. I wish they'd let you reread through our ferry. Reread through? Explain. You mean when you go into somewhere and you can see that if you use a ferry you can get there quicker? Is that what you mean? And that's not what the GPS is telling you to go?
Exit now.
Because you can do that. In fact, I used to do that quite a lot. Ended up not doing that much driving because you just do use the ferries to go everywhere and it was quicker. Otherwise, I'm not sure what you mean, Cozzy. Could say not quite grasp the nature of the wording, if that's not what you meant. One thing I have noticed now doing this ETS and ATS is oh, here's the fog. Oh, and there's the speeding ticket if I don't slow down. Is I'm looking a lot more at chat now than I did originally, which is fine by you guys because you're mostly here for any crashes that happen. So that increases, doesn't it, when I look away from the screen. No, that's not what I want. I slowed down really quick. I was waiting to slow down to 82. Get into gear. And I was going to hit the cruise control, but that didn't happen. There we go. Bang on the dot. Keep left. Right, here we go. A nice long paragraph to read while I'm driving. Right, if you want to reroute in general, I'm doing it in spurts now, but some ferry routes even. Don't add more. Now I've lost my place. It's moved up on my screen, Cozzy. But some ferry routes, even if you click on the start and endpoints of the ferry, the GPS will reroute you away from the ferry. But I mean, like I said with ETS, I sort of still don't get what you mean, because I never had a problem. I'd put a checkpoint to a ferry, go to the ferry, and then hop onto the ferry, and then tell it where I wanted to go, and then from when I got off, the GPS rerouted. Yeah. Well, the good thing about doing that, Aussie, having another Scotch and Coke, is it might not make it any clearer to you, but you might think you understand it better. And that's all that matters, isn't it? Oh, okay, you would have seen. Well, maybe they changed it because that's how I did it. That's how I knew to take the ferry. Knew it would be a lot quicker. Yeah, when the fog goes, we'll try and have a good look around in the external view. It's very eerie though, and I'm half expecting Dracula to jump out in front of my truck.